Hey guys, it's Graham coming with another RC YouTube video, and today I'm going to do some breakdowns of the top 5 modifications that I think you should do to your Traxxas Slash. Now I know my Slash looks cool, but there are a couple actual essential modifications that I suggest that you do before modifying like a body or tires or etc. And I think the first one I'm going to talk about is this right here. To be exact, I'm talking about this Traxxas Magnum 272 heavy-duty hardened steel top shaft. With the regular one, it just has this pin, and this pin likes to shear off, and once it shears off, that gear just spins against the other gears, and you don't move. See? And I broke so many of these that I finally got the one out of the drag slash. And honestly, this is the best modification ever because these are like $5 a piece, and now I'm never breaking one again. Another thing that I should add is it's a pain in the butt to get in this transmission. I mean, it definitely takes a couple of hours. You got to take the whole rear end of the car off. It's definitely tedious. It's not hard, it's just tedious. And all for a stupid little pin. Just a little pin. That could stop the whole car from moving. So that pin is definitely a weak spot in the Traxxas Slash transmission. It's good for a brush 2-wheel drive, not good for the 2-wheel drive VXL. You might as well just upgrade that to the drag slash one so that doesn't happen. So I guess that's my first modification that I suggest that you do to your Traxxas Slash. And the second one is another transmission related issue that I have found, and it's this differential. The gears inside this planetary differential like to strip. It's not a sealed differential, so you can't fill it. You can put grease in it, but this differential definitely will not last long under 3S power. So I went ahead and got a Hot Racing sealed aluminum differential, and I filled that with 5,000 weight silicone diff fluid. I mean, it is so thick. So freaking thick. It's perfect for drifting. So drifting. So I guess that's my number 2 modification. You should definitely change the differential out. Hot Racing is a great way to go, but there's other options as well. Differential fluid, that's up to you. I wanted to go thicker because of the drifting that I do, and I was tired of the one-wheel peels. Which leads me on to my next thing that I suggest that you do. Another part of the transmission that I found a weak spot for. This one isn't such a pain in the butt, but you might as well change it out for something upgraded. I haven't broke this since, and what I'm talking about is the hardened steel spur gear from Hot Racing. So the gear ratio that I'm running in my Traxxas Slash right now is that hardened steel spur gear. It's 86 teeth, Hot Racing, and then I have a ProTech 24 tooth pinion gear, but let me talk about those. Before I settled on getting a 24 tooth, I went through one 22 tooth, another 22 tooth, 3 22 tooths, and then I was like, let's try something else. Let's try another tooth. So I tried 23 tooth, sheared that right off as well. It's like, oh gosh, all right, well, let me go up one more tooth. Let me see if that helps, and honestly, I haven't broken anything inside of the transmission. It's literally bulletproof. After doing this, guys, it's bulletproof. You're not gonna break anything. Now your transmission is bulletproof. What's next? So, I guess that was number 3. Number 4 would be definitely servo. I have blown the gears out of my servo probably 3 times with the plastic gears. 1 time with the metal gears. So I went ahead and just upgraded to an inexpensive servo from my local hobby shop. I definitely suggest that you do that. It has way more torque, way more power. It was an easy install. Alright, so that's my 4th modification, servo. You should definitely upgrade your servo. Metal gear servo, high torque servo. Now, you're probably thinking for the 5th modification, do wheels, you know, do a body or something like that. Honestly, it was a close tie between 2. And one is a little bit more functional than the other one because you can still do the stuff without it. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So the very close tie for number 5 for the top 5 modifications that you should do to your Slash first off is between the hot racing or any ESC fan and the TQI module. Let me tell you why they're tied, okay? This is obviously a fan. It's fully functional. It's meant to keep your ESC cool. You want to keep that cool. This is basically the brain that keeps everything running smoothly. But this has so many damn perks on it that you can do without it through the transmitter, playing through the menus. But let me tell you, it is a pain in the ass. It is definitely easier to get this. Now, obviously, Traxxas is a paywall, and if you want to be able to have full access to everything that the app has, you have to buy all of the sensors and everything, which I haven't done yet. You don't really need to do it. This enables you to be able to use the app, and that's good enough by me. If I want to do a speed run or something, I just tape my phone on it. Now, I guess for a couple of honorable mentions, I'll start off with shocks. I went hot racing all the way around with a 60 weight shock oil. Another big one that I finally upgraded is RPM caster blocks and bearing carriers, but as you can tell, some of them are still stock, so I'm just doing them as they break. Arms are all stock right now. I did just snap an arm, but I had a stock arm, so I just went ahead and replaced it. Hope you enjoyed that video. Yeah, I mean, Proline body mounts, obviously a Proline body. Oh, another modification, I guess you could say, is batteries. You know, I mean, I started off with Traxxas 5,000 milliamps, so I had the best battery that this thing can run from the get-go. But I have a Traxxas 2-cell 5800. I have a Huvu 5200. This is an 80C discharge, as opposed to the 50C, I think these are. And this is an 80C as well. This is a 5200 2-cell by Huvu. I really like these Huvu batteries because they come with the Traxxas old TRX connectors, but they fit perfectly. So it doesn't really bother me at all. I love them. They're cheaper batteries and they perform just as good. Another thing that I would suggest you to get is a toolkit of your liking. I got a Traxxas toolkit, and I have some other hips and hops that I wanted to keep that are very important. I also bought myself a electric drill, I think with a whole bunch of drill bits that fit the Slash. So that was a very, very cool buy. This saves a lot of time and effort because there are a lot of bolts on this thing. So I mean, that's pretty much all the modifications that I suggest to do. That's my top 5 and everything else that I have done to my Traxxas Slash. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and you know there's going to be plenty more videos coming soon. Stay tuned.